doing so well, you have to figure out why all this is happening.
Did you bring my money? Before we get started, I'm sure you guys have noticed Mrs. Larkin's not here. She's not going to be here next week. She's having a really hard time, okay? I'm going to start recording. She's having a really hard time. It's really difficult to watch your parents get old, and she's where she needs to be right now. She wants you to know she misses you, she loves you all, and she really wishes she was making pinatas with you. So, can you guys show her some love? Just make a ton of noise for Mrs. Larkin. Let's go. She will love that. So when it comes to acting, I get two questions a lot. I get, how did you become an actor? Which is a fair question because when people ask me that, they want to know how they can become an actor. And also, what have you been in? So we'll address the second question later. You just saw the trailer to my first movie. But the first question, how did I become an actor? My path is kind of unique. I started off playing football. That is me playing, actually way too old, playing football for the Sheboygan County Rebels back in Wisconsin. I got hurt, ended up tearing up my shoulder and needed surgery, had to retire, but I still wanted to be around the team. So one game, they needed an announcer. And I'd done it before in high school, but I had never done football and women basketball. But from the first moment I said something on the microphone, I knew I was pretty good. Yeah. All I said was, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Except that team that I had played for, they all knew me. They didn't turn and face the flag. They all looked at the press box. Is that Larkin? That's not him. Apparently I'd never spoken in front of them before, so they didn't know what my voice sounded like. So I eventually became the announcer for them. When I moved to Phoenix, I became the announcer for Valley Lutheran. Bob Kane was very nice and letting me have that job. And then I got a couple other jobs. So I became, right now I'm the number 2 guy at ASU, I'm the number 1 guy at GCU. I've gotten even better, but it wasn't enough. I wanted to do more with my voice, I wanted to see how far I could take it, so I started telling everybody and anybody that would listen that I could do voiceovers. Radio commercials, tonight on CBS, that type of thing. I had no microphone, I had no editing equipment, I had nothing. I had an iPhone. So one person heard me, and they called me one day and said it was the marketing manager for ASU Baseball. I said, I need 2 commercials, and I need them done today. So I'm expecting him to say, okay, come to the studio, we'll record, we'll knock it out. But instead he says, so send me the files when they're done, and I'll put them into the right format. Again, no microphone, no editing equipment, but I have an iPhone. You guys ever notice that Mrs. Larkin rarely repeats an outfit? I mean, she has so many clothes, it's unreal, but it helped me in this case because I went into the closet, the walk-in closet we had at the time, and that stops my voice from bouncing off the walls, and it makes a good quality recording. It took about an hour and a half to get the 2 commercials done because I couldn't edit, so they had to all be perfect takes. Sent them off, and then 2 days later I got this. Sun Devil Baseball is off to a scorching start.
Grand slam home run for Lyle Lynn.
And the schedule is about to really heat up. Come check out the second highest scoring team in the nation as they battle top 10 teams in rival Arizona, Oregon State, and UCLA. 6-game mini plans start at just $42. Visit sundeviltickets.com to lock in your mini plan today. That's sundeviltickets.com. Not bad for an iPhone in the closet, right? But again, now I'm on the radio, but I want to do more. I want to do more voiceovers. I want to see how far I can take this. So I started sending that clip out to different talent agents in the area so that they could take a look at me and hopefully sign me and start giving me a lot more work. I got one email back from Signature Models of Talent, offering for me to come to what they call an open call. So what an open call is, they take all the people that submitted, they have a submission link on their website, and they decide who they want to see again. They give you an hour and a half time window, and you have to show up during that time and audition for them. So I get there, and I get there, of course, 15 minutes into the window, and there are already 20 people in that lobby waiting. 20 people at 5 to 10 minutes each. I was in there for a long time. While everybody was chatting and just talking about what they want to do and how they're going to go and do it, I was memorizing the script they gave me. It was a Dr. Scholl's commercial. Because I knew when I got in there, what I read had to be good, and I had to pass myself off, like, yeah, I can really do this. So I got in there, and they had me read it 3 times. First 2, they wanted to hear it as a voiceover. The 3rd time was it as an actor, and really a trick question. You act when you voice over. They told me what I wanted to hear. They said, we'll sign you for voiceovers. And then they told me something I didn't expect. We also want you for acting. What? Acting? What would I do? And they said, we don't know. But you never know what a casting director is looking for. So, before I had my headshots, this was the picture. Remember I said I got hurt playing football? I had 2 months off of work. I let all my facial hair grow, and I had Mrs. Larkin take this picture. That was up on the website. And lo and behold, that week, a casting director was looking at everyone's pictures on the Signature Models and Talent website, and that's what they were looking for. So I get a phone call. Normally you don't get a call from your agent. Everything is done text message, rarely text message, but everything's done on email. So I get this call, and she said, AC, you've booked a patio commercial. Sorry. AC is my acting name. So here I'm Mr. Larkin. At home I'm Aaron Larkin. Acting I'm AC Larkin. They said, AC, you booked this commercial. I said, I didn't even audition for it. Doesn't matter. They booked it.
Now serving B77 at window 5. Don't
That kid was
worry,
so
Patio
cute.
Furniture will help you find your place.
Find your place at Patio Furniture's grand opening event happening now.
Did you see me? That's my elbow. My first commercial. I am on TV in Phoenix and in Nashville, and it's just my elbow. But I was there for 3 hours and I made $300. Now I'm an actor. Now I'm getting paid to act, and I want to keep going. Here's a behind-the-scenes photo just to show you that it was me. They wouldn't let me keep the tattoo sleeve, which I was kind of disappointed in. So I wanted to keep doing more, and I eventually, 6 months later, I got my first lead in a commercial, and it was really the first time I had actually made a bold creative choice. So the description was eccentric real estate agent. I didn't know what that meant. I had an idea, but I also knew that everyone else that came into audition for that was going to wear a suit and a tie, just because that's what real estate agents wear, right? I decided to put my suit on, but I wore a Hawaiian shirt underneath it. And that gave me the eccentric part. I walked in, they loved the outfit. Oh, when I showed up on set, they took my other headshot and put it on a real estate sign. That was really funny to see. But then we filmed this commercial. Obviously, this one sold. Let's take a look at that Hawaiian shirt.
Wow, houses are selling fast.
Good thing you're not looking for one. Here's an option.
What? We need a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house.
Guys, you're never gonna find it. Not in this market.
Our new quick delivery Fulton homes include our most popular features like 36-inch cabinets, two-tone paint, and ceiling fans in every room.
No.
Without the wait, visit FultonFast.com.
So Mia, the lady in that commercial, is 5'1" and I'm 6'3", so they had her standing on what they call an apple box. So it looked like she was close to my height. The magic of television, right? So then came Instacart with the trailer you had, and I made another pretty bold choice. You guys all need to ask Mrs. Larkin about this when she gets back. The character description was street thug, which is why I got the audition, because that was my other headshot. But as I read the lines, I didn't think this character was a street dog. I wanted it to be more of a mafia boss. And then to make it more intimidating, I wore the suit, no tie. I don't do ties. And he started speaking in a Russian accent for 3 days before the audition, and they drove her crazy. It really did. When I get into a character like that, I just run with it. I don't care where I am, who I'm with, I'm gonna be that character. And that's what I did for 3 days. It's not always a good idea to completely change a character before you go to an audition, but I had a plan. So I walked in, and they were kind of confused because my character shouldn't be wearing a suit, but I said, no, I'm here to read for Clinton. And I went in there and I gave him the Russian accent. Okay, so in an audition, you're facing the camera and you've got a panel, almost like an American Idol judges panel over here, but the directors aren't watching you. They're watching their computer because they're getting a feed from that camera. They want to see what it's going to look like on TV. And I could tell Mitesh didn't like the accent because he just had his hand in his head like this. I said, can you do it again in a different way? I said, yes. I have another character prepared, give me 30 seconds. So they cut the tape, I took off the blazer, I took off the button-down shirt, I had a tank top on, I pulled out my wallet chain, and I put on a beanie hat, so I gave them my headshot. And I came and I gave them a biker character. The next day I would find out they liked the mafia character, but they didn't like the accent. So I had taken a bold choice, and I made it work. I put this in there because I figured this is the only time I could actually show myself holding a gun to someone's head. And it's actually appropriate at school. That leads me into the main point here. We all hear all the time that you can't do this. Acting is not a real job. You need to grow up and get acting can be a hobby for you, that's fine. But if you're really, really passionate about acting and you're willing to put the work in, acting can be a career. So this picture was taken at 3 a.m. We had been filming since 4 o'clock the night before. So we're on 11 and a half hours. I'm tired, I'm sore. It's 110 degrees out because it's August in Chandler. If you're willing to sacrifice and do stuff like that, you can be an actor, but you have to be willing to do it. The problem with the 3 things I've shown you, there were other things in between there, smaller things where I was in the background, you can barely see me in the video. They were spread apart. These were all about 6 months apart, but I wanted to act all the time. I was trying to figure out how to do that, and then I found Gearing Acting Studio. I went and got the best acting coach in the Valley, and he's here with us today because he wants to drive home a point for you. He wrote a book, Acting is My Day Job. This is a comprehensive look at how to set yourself up as an actor, how to make success for yourself as an actor, and really motivation not to quit. Because and when he talks, he'll tell you about a time that he was rejected. We all get rejected. In acting, there's a huge amount of rejection. I got another commercial. I showed it in one of my classes where I fall off the paddleboard and everybody's laughing. But I was one of 1,000 people who submitted their headshot, and I was one of only 8 who actually got to audition for it. And of those 8, I got the part. So there's 999 other people that got rejected for that part, and that happens day in and day out. So if you can withstand that, and if you can keep going and keep looking for the next opportunity, you're going to have success. So now I'm going to introduce the founder, CEO, CLO, Chief Listening Officer. He's got a lot of different titles there, but he's my acting teacher. Please welcome Matt Deering.